Hi there everyone, welcome to Babbling Brooke's channel. My name is Gabe and I'm going to be your host for this video. I'm so grateful to Miss Brooke that she allowed me to do so. Now let me tell you a little bit about myself. I'm a 24-year-old content creator. I've been doing YouTube for over a year. I had a channel, it got taken down by YouTube, and now I'm building up my channel again. Miss Brooke was very gracious to allow me to be on here, and I hope you enjoy what I do. Now, without further ado, let's cut the chatter and roll that intro. Why, hello there, everybody. I hope that you have plenty of alcohol handy, because we are going to be talking to Riley Dennis about why a certain set of people deserve respect.
I think fat people deserve respect.
1 second. We're already just 1.5 seconds in, and already I'm needing to do those.
And for some reason, that has become like a controversial statement.
Well, Riley, whenever you say that anybody deserves respect, it is most likely going to be met with some controversy, no matter who you are. I believe the vets deserve respect. Other people might disagree with that. You are going to face controversy no matter where you go.
I see so much hate for fat people every day.
Here we go again. Is the fat that you see in real life, or is it online? Because I don't really see people walking around and pointing at a fat person saying, "Ooh, I hate that fatty."
And I see people internalize those messages and hate themselves.
How do you know they're internalizing this? How do you know that they're hating themselves? I'm not saying that there aren't people that do, but how are you able to tell?
And that fucking sucks. Your weight shouldn't be a reason for people to mock you or harass you or make fun of you.
No, you should not be made fun of because you're fat. You should be made fun of because you're fat and stupid. I am a fatty. But I also don't expect everyone to cater to my whim or to baby me simply because of my weight. Maybe you shouldn't either.
It's just your weight, and it's none of their business. And the argument I often hear right after that is, well, if we live in the same country, my insurance costs are higher if they're unhealthy, so it's my business.
As a fatty who's on Medicaid, I completely agree with that statement. I am trying to work on the weight. I'm in fact going to go to the YMCA tomorrow. But I completely understand the plight and the argument of, oh, he's overweight, he's going to make my insurance skyrocket. Now, I mostly see people directing those arguments towards those who don't try to lose the weight, who don't try to get to a healthier body mass, not to people who are actually putting in the work and the effort to get fit.
But that's just a massive misunderstanding of the way that health and weight interact and how much authority you have over other people's health just because they share your insurance provider.
Oh, please. Let the stick figure of a man tell me, the fat person, what it's like to have health and weight issues. I'm so going to be interested in your response.
Because, for one, being fat doesn't automatically make you unhealthy.
Yes. Yes, it most certainly does.
There are plenty of fat people who exercise and eat well and just exist at a slightly higher weight than other people.
Here's the thing. You're defending the fat acceptance movement. And those are not just a little overweight. Those are freaking whales. Those are cows. And those are people that do tend to shove burgers in their face and want people to feel sorry for them. I know. I was one of those people for like 2 weeks. Pardon me. Being a little overweight is fine. Being as big as a brick house is not.
But also, there are plenty of skinny people who have health problems who don't receive anywhere near the amount of hate that fat people receive.
And how would you know that? Have you ever seen a skinny person or an anorexic person being insulted, mocked, made fun of because of how stick figure-like they look? I had friends that were super skinny, not anorexic by any stretch of the word, but super skinny. And I would poke fun of them as a friend, just like they would poke fun at me and call me big as a friend. But I would poke fun at them. Imagine how much their bullies must have treated them in school.
People who smoke have an increased risk for certain diseases. People who binge drink have an increased risk for certain diseases. But smokers and binge drinkers aren't nearly mocked to anywhere near the degree that fat people are. In fact, binge drinking is usually joked about and often encouraged in our society.
Binge drinking is only joked about with people who can hold their liquor. Sofane can hold his frickin' liquor. Amanda Wolfchild can hold his frickin' liquor. Fat Pat can hold his frickin' liquor. Wild Tanuki can hold his frickin' liquor. Your boy Pat can hold his frickin' liquor. If you can hold your liquor, then yeah, it's joked about. But if any of these people actually had a real drinking problem, you better believe that we would be the first ones to call them on it and get them help if need be. We don't make fun or encourage reckless behavior in a serious way. If you do, then you're just a jerk.
While at the same time, people make fun of fat people under the guise of it being about health.
I don't know of anybody who mocks or makes fun of somebody under the umbrella of health. That's just something that I don't see too often. Usually bullies will be bullies and not feel any shame for it. But if you're talking about like doctors and relatives and people who actually do care about them and friends who are poking fun at them, then yeah, they are worried about their health. It's a common thing for people to worry and care. What a shock.
And regardless, you as an individual don't get to decide who is acceptably healthy to share an insurance provider with you.
What if it's a doctor? What if you have multiple people who are doctors, maybe not your doctor, but multiple people who are doctors on your insurance plan? Do they get to say anything? What if they're a dietitian? Do they get to say anything? Huh? No? Well then, congratulations, you've just automatically said that you know more than a doctor.
If you're in the US, you probably have private health insurance, in which case it's your insurer's job to assess the health risks of every patient and charge them accordingly. Insurance companies obviously have their own extensive problems and our healthcare system is a mess, but it's not your job to call up every other person who uses your health insurance provider and ensure that they meet your specific standards of care so that you can get the lowest rates possible. That's just ridiculous.
Who in the heck is going around and calling random people on their insurance provider and saying, hey, I don't know you, but you need to stop being a fatty so that way I can have lower premiums. Sometimes I wonder what goes on in your mind. Are you really this stupid, or are you just actively ignorant?
And it's not like you're perfect either. You're telling me you've never done anything unhealthy? You're telling me you work out every day and eat super healthy and never engage in any kind of risky behaviors that could wind up with you needing medical treatment?
Riley, shut your mouth. Stop with this patronizing attitude and talking down to people. You always say that you're coming at this from a place of love and understanding, when all you're doing is trying to help the marginalized groups while talking down to anybody and everyone who dares to disagree with you. Your tone sucks, your attitude sucks, you suck.
Even speeding while you're driving carries with it an increased risk for a car accident, which could mean huge medical bills. But nobody is out here shaming everyone who speeds. And if you live in a country where you have a national healthcare system, a similar situation comes up. You can't force everyone to be perfectly healthy. You certainly aren't perfectly healthy, and trying to force everyone to follow the exact same exercise and diet is not only completely unrealistic, but also just a pretty fundamental violation of their rights.
If I was a different person, I would not be telling you to be perfectly healthy. Just make attempts to be healthier than you already are. That's all I'm asking. That's all anybody's asking. Just work at being healthier, please. We shouldn't have to fork over money for you just wanting to sit down and be fat and eat pizza and binge watch Dexter's Laboratory all day.
You can't claim you want to live in a free country with the ability to do whatever you want and say that you want to dictate how other people live their lives. Plus, making fun of people for their weight doesn't even help them lose weight. That's been proven over and over again by different studies.
What are you considering being made fun of? Somebody making a couple of rude jokes? Or people actually caring about someone and just bringing up the fact that, hey, you look a little chubby. You might want to consider losing some weight. Or else you're going to die in the next 8 years. Maybe sooner.
If your goal is to mock someone into losing weight, it won't happen. And putting all of that aside, I don't think it's too much to ask that you just have a base level of respect for people, regardless of their weight.
Maybe you should have a base level of respect for others, regardless of their sexual preference or sexual orientation.
Remember that everyone you encounter is a complete human being with thoughts and feelings, fat people included. It wouldn't kill you to be slightly more considerate of people's feelings and to try to have more compassion for people.
Here we go with the same old nonsense of they're complete people, they're complete human beings, which is the same BS that he says in each video where he's trying to manipulate people and get people to feel guilty just for being who they are. Also, you're one to talk, Mr. You're bigoted if you don't date a fat person. You're bigoted if you don't date a trans person. You're bigoted if you don't date a bi person. You're bigoted if you don't date a lizard. Why?
You could live your life trying to offend everyone and being as rude as you possibly can.
But that's actually kind of fun.
Or you could graduate from middle school and try to actually be a decent person with some sort of sense of morality. And remember that weight gain and weight loss aren't nearly as simple as people like to think. Calories in minus calories out does not determine your weight. Everyone has different basal metabolic rates, and they can fluctuate throughout your life. In fact, people's metabolism slows down when they start exercising, meaning that even if you restrict your calories in and begin exercising, the changes in your metabolism could mean that you don't lose any weight, or you lose it at a much slower rate than someone with a higher metabolism. Plus, in the long term, natural variations in metabolism between individuals mean that some people are simply healthy weighing more or less than other people.
Sorry about that. I had to fast forward through the bullcrap.
Metabolism is really forgotten when we talk about weight. So much of weight loss and weight gain is dependent on metabolic rates, but those can vary wildly between individuals and are affected by a host of factors that we don't fully understand right now. People with slower metabolic rates are not lazier than people with faster metabolic rates. They just have different bodies. Someone's weight is in no way a reflection of their willpower. All the willpower in the world can't force your metabolic rate to change. So weight loss or gain can be easier or harder depending on who you are.
And it's important to recognize that so you don't think that just because you're skinny that everyone else should be able to be skinny too.
I'm sorry. Did you say something stupid again? Because I don't think anybody believes that because they're skinny, everybody else should be skinny too. Nobody in their right mind, at least.
People are different. Bodies are different. Let people live their lives and mind your own business.
Again, says the person who tells everybody they're bigoted for their dating preferences and they're transphobic if they don't treat non-binary people with respect.
And even if you hate someone, find other things to make fun of them for than their weight. I realize it's an easy insult to go for, but when you do that, you're telling all fat people what you really think of.
Do me a favor. Don't speak on my behalf.
Them. If you dislike someone, I'm sure you can find ways to insult them without involving their weight, since their weight shouldn't be the reason you hate them.
And unless you are a complete and total asshat, most people don't solely hate somebody because they're fat. They just go after the weight because it's the easiest target. You have zero right to speak down to people. You have zero right to speak down to skinny people in general. Also, you're the one who calls all anti-feminists idiots and say that you don't even watch the videos and you want nothing to do with them. You're hypocritical in your own video.
When you mock someone's weight, you're perpetuating the idea that being fat is bad and that people should be mocked for it.
Being fat is bad. You should not be mocked for it, unless you're doing nothing to get healthy.
Even if you only do it to people you dislike for other reasons. And don't forget that sometimes weight loss happens for really traumatic or unhealthy reasons. Rapid weight loss can be extremely bad for your health if you go on a fad diet or something, and that kind of weight loss is never sustainable.
Newsflash. Don't go on a fad diet. Talk to your doctor. Ask a dietitian. Do something to get your life on track. Following fads never works. Doing things the proper way is always the correct way to go.
Plus, many people who struggle with eating disorders also struggle with being called beautiful when they're not eating and not doing well, while being mocked for being fat when they're actually eating and taking care of themselves.
And this is why I asked the question earlier, if you were actually talking to bullies in general, or just anybody who dared to compliment somebody and actually be there for somebody.
You don't know someone's backstory. You don't know what they're dealing with. You don't know everything about their health, so don't pretend you do.
Exactly. You don't. You don't know anybody's struggle. You don't know anybody's plight. You don't know. So, bullies are going to be bullies no matter what. But if you're a friend and you're just trying to be nice and you're just having a laugh, fine. If you're calling somebody beautiful, good. Nobody knows everybody's problems, but it's also your job to tell somebody, hey, I'm going through this issue. I'm having this struggle. Because I guarantee you that that friend that called you beautiful would do their best to do everything in their power to help with your eating disorder.
So yeah, I don't know, just be nice to people?
Pot, meet kettle.
Show fat people respect, and show people respect whether they're healthy or not.
Respect somebody if they're unhealthy, whether they're healthy or not? No. I mean, I'll respect you if you have an incurable disease, if you're a paraplegic, if you are somebody with a problem that can't be fixed. But no, simply because you choose to be unhealthy, I'm not going to respect that. Just like I wouldn't expect people to respect me solely because I'm fat.
Respect shouldn't be dependent on weight or health. I just want to live in a world where fat people don't hate themselves for their size.
And I want to live in a world where I'm a 6'2" famous country music singer named Sally Mae. But we don't always get what we want now, do we?
I want people to be able to feel confident and worthy of love, even if they're fat.
You know, I've been meaning to point this out this whole video. The term isn't fat. The correct term is overweight American.
I'm going to list some amazing fat activists in the description below who I highly recommend you check out and follow. I'll also put some links to studies down there and some articles for further reading.
Show people compassion, and that includes people who are fat, regardless of whether they are healthy or unhealthy by your standards. Even if you're a doctor. Also, I will check out those fat activists. No, not because I need their help or anything, but because I need more material for future videos.
If you're fat, I hope you realize you're worthy of love and respect.
Man, your genuine sense of love, care, and compassion shows so strongly as you read off of your script.
You're beautiful.
I'm sorry. This is definitely not beautiful. And I apologize, Miss Brooke. You're probably gonna get this video taken down for pornography.
You're great, and the fat phobes of the world don't deserve.
There's no such thing as fat phobia. It is, well, I'm sure there's somebody out there who is very irrationally afraid of fat people. But most people who make fun of fat people aren't fat phobic. They are just being jerks. Because most likely their mom, their dad, or some aunt or uncle is fat. That's not putting down the parents and the people who are in charge of us, but they're probably fat. And so they can't really truly be fat phobic, or else they would be disrespectful to their parents and other authority figures as well.
I love you all, and thanks so much for watching. I'll see you next time.
Guys, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate Miss Brooke for letting me crash her channel. I hope you enjoyed my content. There will hopefully be a link in the description below. She can link whatever she wants to, my Minds, my Twitter, whatever she decides to link. I don't know what she's going to put there. For all I know, she could have just had me do all this work and then give you a link to your boy Pat for all I care. Either way, I hope you guys enjoyed this. I am very grateful. And I just want to say this. Everything that I say, the get a thicker skin, the grow up, all of that is towards the adults in the world. If you're a child and you're going through a tough time, if you're going through mocking and ridicule and harassment, then tell somebody. Talk to an adult. Talk to a guidance counselor. Talk to your principal. Tell somebody, because you don't deserve to go through that pain. Now, I grew up in a Christian household. I'm a Christian. I believe in showing love and compassion to others. Now, I know that's going to sound like I think atheists don't. I know they do. But as my upbringing, I believe that everybody's a child of God. Everybody's a creation of God. And everybody deserves to, do unto others as you would have them do unto you. That being said, I'm also a realist. I know that this is a harsh world. And there are things everywhere that are going to come at you from all angles and all ends. It's going to happen, and you have to get a thick skin. You have to learn that this is going to happen. It is a battleground out there, but you can either choose to let it get you down, or you can learn from those mistakes that you make and learn from the ugliness of others and know that you will be cherished and loved by you, because you're going to learn and grow from those mistakes and those scars. Those scars will make you stronger. The scars will make you a better person. It's going to happen. I'm still going through a lot of personal scars, a lot of personal issues in my life. But they make me a better person. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys have a wonderful day, or night, or whenever you watch this video. And remember, you guys are all fat, freaking amazing today. Bye.